before we get the elf, let's see if there's something dwarf worthy here. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Get the bow. Yeah. No. No, this is gonna be better for the elf. That's gonna be better for the elf. So let's bring in the elf. The Elven Huntress coming in. All right. Why are we there? Yeah, that's where we are. Okay, so let's just, is that where we want to go? No real reason to fight these things other than get the scrolls. Here, shield. What kind of shield do we have? +2 shield, so that would definitely be nice. There's a bow here, but we already have a +8 bow, so it's not going to be an improvement, at least unlikely. So gas spores, as you saw, explode, so you really don't want to attack one when you're next to it. So let's sneak. Sneak. Okay, we're far enough away. So let's, if we kill this gas spore biter, it'll explode and be attacking into the mummy mage, which will be good. So let's do that. Yes. Well, at least we, okay. So, oh, bummer. Okay, all right, what do we got going on? So we've got a mummy next to us, and that's sort of an issue because mummies are all wrapped up and nowhere to go. It's really very sad, very, very sad. And the reason it's sad is because mummies emanate despair, causing you to attack your attack stat to be lowered by 2 for each mummy that is adjacent to you. Despair does not affect your defense stat. So our attack is lower by 2 because there's one mummy next to us. So we want to just be aware of that. You know, and the other thing to think about too is if we use our bow, we don't get our shield bonus. Now, we only have a +2 shield, so in this case we're not losing too much, but that's something to be aware of. So the other thing is this guy's casting a fireball. So we kind of, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot to think about. There's a lot to think about. I feel like it's time perhaps for a haste roll. I don't know. Let's evade. Now, when we evade, we get a defensive bonus and we counterattack things that attack us. And so at least we'll counterattack that fireball and we're more likely to miss us. Okay, it hit us. All right, well, if it had missed us, we could have counterattacked, but at least it killed the mummy next to us. Oh, that was good. So that gas spore, I know lots going on here. That gas spore was actually an archer and it attacked us, but since we were evading, it missed us, we counterattacked, it exploded, and then it killed the adjoining one. Now what do we have going? So we've got mages on opposite sides of the room, which is sort of not what you want. Why don't we just step here? He's going to summon a skeleton warrior. So if we step there, that'll prevent the summon from happening. Now what's going on? This guy is going to enlarge this guy, but let's try to kill him first. If we do a sword attack with our +4 sword, it's a 55% chance. What we could do is we could use a leap. Why don't we do this? Why don't we leap, use our leap scroll. Now with the elf, we could leap 3, but we just want to leap 2 because then that puts us in bow range of both mages, which is good. And then who do we want to shoot? Do we want to shoot the caster or the recipient? 95% each, it really doesn't matter. So we got him, and now we can get him. I almost spoke too soon, but we got him. All right, shield's going to be better than +2. Not much, though. Wow, that was bad luck. But the elf doesn't use her shield too much. It's mostly, when she gets a shield, it's mostly to hand it off to the dwarf or the swordsman. Okay, this room is a boss room. Let's go back just to show you. The ruins have 3 boss rooms. Also, just so you know, we're playing the demo, and when we release early access late July, this dungeon will be just like sort of like one of many, and each dragon type will have its own set of regions to go to, and a lot of outdoor regions and the thing. But this gives you definitely a feel of the gameplay, which really shouldn't change too much. Okay, so the Haunt of the Spectres, each of these ruins bosses have an exceptional weapon. So it's going to be +7, +8, or +9. This one has a sword, and this room has ghosts, just sort of randomly, but it's the Haunt of the Spectres, meaning there's 2 invisible specters in here somewhere. And honestly, I'm quite scared right now. I don't know if you want to go in there right now. The elf is sort of vulnerable. She doesn't like things just that appear and attack her. She likes to be able to stay away from stuff, and if you don't know where something is, then that's sort of a problem. So let's go to another room, and we're not going to go for that bow because again we have a +8 bow. Let's see what's here. This room doesn't look too bad. These are wraiths. So wraiths fear fire. So if you put a flame next to them, they will suffer -3 to their attack and defense. Even the bravest heroes will use fire against wraiths. Yes, I'm talking about Weathertop. Yes, you should know what Weathertop is. Yes, you should. Okay, so let's sneak to get some distance because the elf likes distance. I'd like to explode this guy, but he's not next to anything, so that's almost a waste. But why don't we sneak a little farther? Shoot this guy, this wraith. All right, now hopefully these guys move so that they're next to each other, which they did. So we'll shoot the Gascorniva, which is a free attack against that wraith. And you know, with our +8 bow, with the elf, we are pretty dominant now. So this elf, this +7 bow of heart piercing is not as good as our +8 bow of lightning. All right, now actually we have two boss rooms to choose from. So we've got the Throne of the Lich Queen, and the main thing to think about, the first thing to think about here is what they're guarding. So she is guarding a shield, which definitely is good for us because we only have a +4 shield. On the other hand, the elf doesn't love the shield, but again, it's good for everybody. Here's a bow. So the best that this could be is a +9 bow, 20% chance, I think. We already have a +8 bow. So, I'm not liking the odds on that. Why don't we do this? Since we're here, let's sneak, get the flame trolls, sneak out, and we'll just leave that bow behind. We might come back for it later, but probably not. So here's my thinking, is that we should try to get this shield for one of the other heroes, like the dwarf or the human, and then come back to here and get the sword, either with the dwarf or the swordsman. But we want to get him a shield first. So one thing about ghosts is you can get rid of them with the flame scroll. So why don't we take a step here and then use our flame. The Lich, by the way, is a high-level spellcaster, but she doesn't move. She just sits there on her throne. Now, we just killed 3 ghosts, and there's 3 more left. The thing about ghosts is they don't really die. They just sort of come back later, unless you kill all the ghosts in the room. So we want to kill them all before any come back. So this might be a good time to start using haste, because we're in a rush to kill all the ghosts before any come back. If they start coming back, then we're sort of starting over. So we used the haste, killed that guy. All right, so now the Lich is going to summon this guy, which I just happen to know is a Wraith Sorcerer, which would be horrible. But he's right next to us, and we can just step in there and summon him. So that was, frankly, that was lucky. 64% chance to attack with our sword. Do we want to do that? Yes, because, in fact, we've got so many haste. I really don't want the ghost to start coming back. Let's use another haste. And we got, okay, so we rid the room of ghosts. So they're not, now all we have to deal with is this Lich. All right, so +8 bow, look at our stats here. So +8 for the blow, +1 because we're shooting over a flame, which is nice. I didn't talk about that, but if the elf shoots over a flame, one of our skills is to get a bonus for flaming arrows, and then -3 for bony, skeleton. So let's just attack. We have long range, so let's just do it. We rolled a 12. Oh, a feat. Okay, so that's good. I think that was our first feat this game. When you trigger a feat, you get an extra turn and an extra bonus, so kind of a random bonus. We ended up with a +7 bonus, so this is just unfair. All right, Lich dies. That was too easy. All right, let's get this shield. All right. Very good. All right, so now what were we saying we were going to do? We were going to go back and switch heroes, I think, but let's look in this room first. We've got zombies, and we don't want to do this. There's just no way. I mean, zombies aren't great, but, well, I mean, we could try to get, we do need a sword, but that's just not worth it. So Okay, let's stick with our plan. Let's get back to the dungeon entrance so that we can swap heroes. Now the problem is we don't actually have a path because these guys are in the way. So let's sneak back out the way we came. And then, well, we don't have to go back. So now we can swap heroes. And I should have thought about which one we wanted. Let's take the dwarf. Okay, for the specters. All right, now we're going back into the haunt of the specters. All right, so let's try to get to the sword. Do we want to fight these guys? I think we do. We've got a bunch of flames. Let's flame some stuff. So let's start by trying to kill this mage. We'll charge it. Oh. So there's a specter there. Where was he? There. All right, so let's use a flame here and we can kill this ghost, and that we can then inflame the specter. All right, okay, so now let's charge this ghost.
Enough talking with this backdrop.
All right, look at all this stuff attacking. All right, so this is a good time for the dwarf to hunker. We've got a +8 sword, so we're gonna hunker. Now hopefully this fireball will kill some other stuff. Excellent, oh my God. Oh, that could not have worked better. All right, now we'll just charge the caster. Oh yeah, that was good, okay. Taking the sword, so what do we got? We've got +4 sword. What are we getting now? We know it's exceptional because it's a boss room. +8, we'll take it. +8 Sword of Vorpalness. All right, good, that's exciting. So now what do we have? We've got +8 sword, +8 bow, +8 shield. Good selection of scrolls, some 5 health potions. But let's get more stuff. Now that we're armed to the teeth here, we can just wreak some havoc. So we'll kill the mage while he's close. Then we'll charge into this ghost, and then we'll just do a normal attack on him. And then, oh, see how he came back? Normal attack on him. Do we want to shoot with our bow? Yes, because we've got such a good bow. We'll do it. We'll get this bow. Unlikely to be better than +8. Yeah, that would have been lucky. But all right. So now, okay, check this out. We've got a dwarf with +8 stuff against little weakling zombies. So this is going to be fun. So just because I'm so confident, I'm going to start off by summoning the worm, because this is just going to be fun for everybody. There he is. Okay, and now I'm going to hunker, and then all these guys that miss me, we counterattack. And so, by the way, you can control the combat animations. I've got it a little slower than it could be.
Try to run your cave like a rust bucket.
Yeah. Also, if these miniature figures look, if the monsters look familiar to you, it's because they're Reaper miniatures. They're actually painted Reaper miniatures that our artists then sort of improved afterwards. But there you go. The Reaper guys are great. Taking the sword. Okay, again, we don't. +7's nice sword, but not better than our +8. But in fact, I don't even know if we needed to go in there with their other stuff. Anyway, okay. So we decided to leave that behind. Let's go back. We need to kill some dragons. We're running out of time here. For the dragons, though, we want scrolls and stuff. So should we do this? Let's just show you some dwarf in action here. Well, that's just going to take too long for 2 scrolls. Let's just sneak over here. Okay, we'll just take those hay scrolls and we'll let them live with the mushrooms. You know, mushrooms, they never hurt anybody. Just don't eat them. Or do, or don't, I don't know.